Andrew Medvedev. I think you've all established pretty conclusively that the Federal Reserve cannot help Apple make the next iPhone. But that's the supply side. But doesn't the demand side affect my ability to buy the iPhone in a credit crisis? Isn't credit creation somewhat affected? And if so, can the Fed act on the demand side by helping spur my ability to buy? Now, whether or not...
Okay, that was a question mark right there. Perfect. So go ahead.
So what I would say,
Andrew,
I'd just have a very quick response to that, which is, again, if we want to talk about the knock-on impacts and the real numbers, since 2008 in America, we have a 70% consumer spending economy, right? We all know this. In America, over the last 7 years, the rate of growth of consumer spending has been 1.7%, which is the most anemic consumer growth on record in the history of the United States. So to the extent that we not only have fiscal stimulus, but we actually have had massive money printing, apparently it's not really trickling down to the people who are actually buying things.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, look, the questioner is exactly right, exactly about credit and the role of credit in the economy, including stimulating innovation through the mechanism that you described. Guys, and Andrew, what you're saying is we started up here, now we're down here, and we're upset and frustrated and money was no good. But the reason we fell was the financial crisis. That was the disaster. Then the question is, this is the question, John, the key question. All right, and we are not deferring the question. We are not hijacking the debate. Please stop saying that. These are very cheap rhetorical techniques. I'm disappointed that a New York audience would fall for this. Anyway. So the economy collapsed. We had a very deep financial crisis, and now they're saying, look, investment is lower or consumer spending is lower, and it's been growing anemically. That's the result of the crisis. If you hadn't had the monetary policy response that you had, you would have had a more anemic response. It would have been much harder for all of credit to function, including for the buying of iPhones.
If it would have worked, we would have seen a rebound like we see in every other recession, and then we'd have pretty average growth from that level. We saw no rebound, and we've had below average growth from that level.
Hold on,
a little hard to make the argument that fiscal and monetary policy had a big impact on growth when it's atypically slow growth off a much lower base. No one is debating that the financial crisis caused the economy to go down. Of course it did. The question is whether everything we did afterwards stimulated any growth, and nobody can find.
This is a new...